channel. If this is your first time on my channel, hola, ¿cómo estás? Salut, bonjour, wagwan. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Sunday. And if this is your first time on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much to all my new subscribers and my old ones. I love you guys, thank you so much. And I decided to do this look for you guys today just because like, I'm kind of like in the mood of something glowy. Like, you know when you're ready for summer, but summer's not here yet. So you're like, I'm gonna achieve summer on my skin, low-key. And FYI guys, I'm not naked. I'm actually wearing a top. It's just that it's like off the shoulder. Maybe I should do this. No. It's off the shoulder, so I'm not naked, I promise. But basically, I hope you guys enjoy this look. It's very glowy, like I said. It's very golden, very like glossy as well. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into the look, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to go in and prime my lids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance to make sure everything lasts all day long. Okay, I'm just going to put more primer on my mobile lid. I'm going to go in with my Marcel setting powder, and I'm going to set my lids. Surprisingly, I'm actually growing on this setting powder. Because at first I was like, oh my goodness, but now I'm like, you know what, it's not bad. It's still not like a Laura Mercier, but for 20 bucks, it's definitely worth it. I'm going to be using the Nubian Palette 1. I'm going to be going in with this color and placing it all over my lid. And the colors don't have names, so I actually don't know the name. Okay, so I'm just going to pack on a little bit more on my mobile lid and just blend out everything. Next, I'm using this color right here. It's a darker brown shade. We're just going to blend that out. I want the eyeshadow shape to be more rounded, so I'm just going to focus on blending out the shadows in a more rounded shape. I'm going to be going in with this black shadow from the Huda Beauty palette. I'm like abusing this palette. It's called Black Truffle. Focus it on the inner corners. So I don't want it to be like too dark, but at the same time I still want my eyes to be a little bit more defined. I'm going to bring it on the inner corner as well. Just buffer that into the transition color. When you blend this out, you want to take your time and make sure that everything blends out smoothly and seamlessly. Whatever that is left on the brush, you're just going to take that and just pass it through your actual crease just to connect both sides together. I wiped off everything on my brush, and I'm going to pick up this NARS single shadow. It's called Coconut Grove. It's a really dark brown, but it looks black sometimes, but it's a really dark chocolatey brown. So I'm going to go over the colors where I put the black and just blend that and buffer that out some more, so that way it has some dimension. I'm just going back with the transition color just to blend out the edges. I'm going in with the YSL Full Metal eyeshadow, and I'm going to put that right in the middle of where there's no color. This is going to act as a base for where I will be putting the gold shadow afterwards. When that's done, I'm going in with my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm using the color Firecracker. It's like this champagne-y, goldy color type vibe. Pack that on top of the YSL metal lid. You guys can see the difference. This one pops a lot more than this. So I'm just going to blend out everything. Going in with my Maybelline gel liner in Black is Black. So I want the line to be thin, hopefully, because every time I say that, I always end up making the line really thick. And for this look, I don't want to wing out my liner, so I'm just going to stop at the end. After the line, I'm using my Clinique mascara, and I'm going to prep my lashes for some false lashes. Okay, so next, I'm using Lady Lashes in the style Belladonna. I'm going to go ahead and pop that on right onto the middle. And just fix that up. Just take your time while you're doing this, and it's always best for you to put your mirror like right on an angle, so that way you can just literally pop it as close to your lash line as possible. Okay, so we're just going to let that dry out. For my face, because I want it to be very dewy and very golden, first I'm going to go in with my Benefits primer, and I'm going to prime my T-zone. And the reason why I do this is because I do have oily skin, so I'm just going to take that. Just take my time and take it right onto my forehead as well, because my forehead gets oily. Just blend that out. And for the rest of my face, I'm using the NARS 413 Bleecker Street, and this is the liquid illuminator, and just blend that onto my skin, and this is going to peek through from the foundation and just make everything look super duper luminous. Bring it down to my neck, just because I do bring foundation down to my neck because my neck is darker than the rest of my skin. We don't all have light necks, so that's okay. And just blend that onto my forehead as well. And I'm just going back with a professional primer and I'm putting that underneath my eye. It helps my concealer blend out perfectly. So for the rest of my face, because I want that glowy look, I'm using my NARS multiple stick in the color Palm Beach, and it's this like bronzy golden color. I'm actually going to put this all over my face and buffer it out before I go in with my foundation. And what this is going to do is just create more luminosity for that like glow to the gods, golden goddess look. And I'm just going to add like even more to like the high points where you would usually highlight, so that way the glow is like out of this world, and just blend that all out. Okay, so I'm also going to blend it onto my neck, so you know everywhere that we want glowy will be super duper glowy. For the foundation, I'm using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, and this is my first time using it on camera. It's literally going to be like a first impression. I've heard a lot of reviews about this, so I decided to try it out myself. We're going to start blending it. Okay, it's a little darker than I would expect. So we're just going to keep going. And I'm using the bottom of my beauty blender to blend it out. I would say the consistency is quite interesting. I definitely think this shade is darker than my skin tone, that's for sure. I definitely bought a darker shade, but it's okay because we will be highlighting anyway, so I think that will balance it out. But the consistency is very lightweight. This is like a glowy look, so you want everything to be blended and to look uniformed. Yeah, it's definitely darker because even on my neck it looks a little red, if you can see it, compared to like the rest of my skin. I'll just buffer that out later with some powder. I'm going in with my LA Girl concealer in Chestnut. I have a base for my highlighter first, so I'm just going to put it where I would usually highlight. Now I look semi-crazy, but it's okay. The sponge to blend out everything. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to cover my dark circles, but also I wanted to act as like a highlighter before I add like a lighter shade. That way the lighter shade doesn't look ashy on my skin tone. So next we're going to move on to highlighting. And I'm using the LA Girl Pearl Concealer again in the shade Toffee, cool tone. And we're going to add then a little on the chin, not too much. And then right here. And then the forehead. When you want to focus on the inner corners and just pull out every other thing that is left on the outer corner. I feel like everyone knows how to like highlight their face now, so it's not a lot of steps or like something new. And then we're just going to blend out the bridge of the nose. I haven't done like cream contour in so long, so I'm using the Black Walnut by Black Opal. It's a stick foundation, and I'm actually going to use that to contour today. Not bring it like all the way down. I've kind of been liking that technique since I did the Taraji makeup tutorial, so yeah. I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out. And my beauty blender that I apply foundation with, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it already has foundation on it, so it's going to help everything blend out nicely. I'm going to turn back where the highlighter is and just merge both the contour and the highlight together, so that way there's no like harsh lines or anything. I'm going to use a new beauty blender just because I want the tiny part to be able to blend out my nose properly. So just take your time and blend that out. And to set my under eye, I'm using my Marcel setting powder, and I don't want to bake per se, but I also want to make sure that like my under eye is set so that way it doesn't move around. We want our face to be glowy, so we don't want to over mattify it. We just want to set all the concealer and highlighter in place so that way it doesn't move around throughout the day. To set the contour, I'm using my bronzer Turks and Caicos, and I feel like I use this all the time because like I said, I have tried so many bronzers and none of them work for me. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. bronzer brush, or contour brush rather, and I'm just going to start from the inner corners and just focus most of the product there and just blend it down below. So for this, we of course want to look like very bronzed up, but you want to take your time adding the bronzer. So you don't want to add it all at once. Just take your sweet time to blend that down onto the neck. And I'm going to add more to the cheekbones just because I want to look very bronzed up. I focus it right here, right there. Then bring some to my forehead again. I like to blend it onto my eyebrows just so it kind of flows upwards. Okay, so I'm just going to blend that out, make it more prominent, and just blend that onto the inner socket. And with the coconut growth that we're wearing on our eyes, and I'm just going to grab a tiny bit. I want to define my contour bronzer brush and just blend that out. What that's going to do is deepen the contour. So I'm just using a little bit of my setting powder just to clean up the contour so that way it looks sharper. And we're just going to let that sit for a little bit and we're going to buffer it out. I'm going to go in with my mineral powder and I'm going to use the shade Chestnut with my powder brush just off this little part because we want the face to set, but we don't want to mattify it too much because we'll be highlighting and we want it to be glowy anyway. I'm just literally just bringing the mineral powder down to my neck because I want it to match. So it's not, because if you guys remember, like the foundation was a little too dark for me, so I'm just blending that out. So to finish up the eyes, I'm going to use the same liner and just pop that onto my waterline. And if you have a gold liner, you can pop it on there too, just to make the whole look more golden. Use a little bit of the coconut growth to smoke out the bottom lash. But I'm going to add it on the inner corner. I'm just going to use the same liquid eyeshadow from YSL. I'm going to go in and place the gold right in the middle and just blend that out. Blend that out a little. So I'm going to go in with some mascara. So I'm going to use my Palm Beach multiple stick and we're going to go in and put it right at the highest point of my cheekbone. So just blend that out. And after this, we're going to be going over it with a powder highlighter, so don't worry about that. We're going to highlight the top part of her brow. I'm going to highlight a cupid's bow. I think I'm just going to go directly with it. I think that's better. Just bring it down. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So once you're satisfied with the buildup, we're going to move on to the powder part. But I'm just going to add a little bit more just because we want to be glowy. So, yeah. Anyway, so now that we're done with the multiple stick, we're going to move on to the highlighting kit. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is literally the only thing I use. So if you guys have any other glow kit or any other highlighter, please recommend them. So I'm using the golden bronze to just go ham on my face. Go ham. We're just going to go over anywhere that we just put the Palm Beach. Bridge of the nose. So for the nose area, I'm actually going to use my fingers. And I'm just using the little brush just to blend out the brow bone area so it's not too harsh. Let that dry a little. And this time around, I'm going in with Drippin' in Gold. And I'm just going to pop that right over top the golden bronze. And just pop that there. And I'm just going to take off anything that is on my brush and actually blend that out nicely. And I'm going to go in with golden bronze and Drippin' in Gold. And I'm going to pop that at the inner corners of my tear duct. I just feel like that's going to add more highlight to my face. So moving on to blush, I'm using my Forever 21 blush. So I'm just using this neutral color. Focus it on the inner corners and just blend that out. This lip liner by NARS, I think it's called Kenya. It's literally almost done, so you guys can't really see anything. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. Alright. And I'm using this lip gloss courtesy of my friend, the Alma Chronicle. This is from Yanga Beauty. in the shade Nana.
It's pronounced Yanga Beauty.
I said that, Yanga Beauty. It's pronounced Yanga Beauty, she said. Looks really good. It looks very golden. Okay, just gonna blend that out. It looks golden, but it has like more of a champagne gold, so I'm gonna have to pop on some gold shadow over top to make it more golden. So I put the lip, but I don't like it. I feel like it's drying, like it literally just dried up. I thought it was a gloss, but it's not. It's actually a liquid lipstick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same highlighter, the golden bronze, and I'm going to place it over top just to make it look more gold because it does have like a champagne-y finish. I'm going to pop this gloss over it, and this is the NARS Gold Digger. So I'm going to go in and just set my face again. I'm going to take off my scarf. Just fluff out my hair pretty much.